is the only thing that stimulates an appetite. This is a hot dish at Arlene Church. Arlene Chase gave me a church, and it's a hot dish with some biscuits on top. And we've been to church this morning, and Tony videoed all morning the whole thing, and it turned out great. And Glenn preached a sermon, and it wasn't on baptism. Boy, I tell you, it was a doozy. But the thing that was kind of sad, I sat by Stephen and Cheryl Oswald, and they are church hoppers, and he talked about the church hoppers going from church to church. You know, I just was so embarrassed about that. So, I don't know, anyway. We're going out to Rings this afternoon to a church picnic, and we got 2 muskmelon we're going to take, and now we're going in to have our hot dish. And we were invited down here to Rose Nelson. You know that the first place right north down here where the stuff is so high, the weeds and everything's so high. But her son was baptized today, and she's having all of her family for dinner, and she invited us down. But I don't think we could get in the back door. The weeds are so high. So I told her we had other plans. So we're gonna eat this hot dish. Sounds like an old Rickety Bridge going up. Years ago, Skip and I came out here. This was all full of chokecherry trees, and this was the Art Jensen farm, and they told us to help ourselves. So we came out here every year when chokecherry time came and picked chokecherries, and then we take it home and run them through the counter and make chokecherry jam and jelly. And that was the best jelly that I've ever had, ever hoped to have. This is the road that takes you to the bridge down here that is catty-cornered, and that's the bridge that Elsie Collins was found way up underneath years ago when she ran away from Wakefield, and the siren blew, the firemen, and everybody was out looking for her because they had no idea where she went. She really had lost her mind. I was told that she had a boyfriend, and something happened, and from that time on, she never had her right mind. You know, when I was conceived, I was supposed to have been a twin, and that never materialized till I got married and became pregnant, and then I suffered so terrible, and the doctor said I had adhesions. Well, it turned out after a lot of suffering and doctors that it was what's called a dermoid cyst, and in it was hair and teeth and all kinds of things that should have been a twin of mine. That's a strange thing. And now on top of that, after I had children and having the young Dr. Cole came in one day and he said, "Do you know you got another set of nipples?" And underneath the regular ones was 2 little moles, and he squeezed them and out come milk. I didn't know that they were there before. So you see, I would be a good one for the circus. Oh. There used to be a beauty shop down below those steps. this guy here, this place right here, he's his wife died of cancer, 46 years old, about a year and a half ago. Came home from work at 1 o'clock, and I opened the door real fast, and here they just had their arms around each other, and they both just, oh, they were so embarrassed, and I was too, because I caught him right there hugging. He was a married man. Now I can't think. It's Mercy. And then Bertha was the other one, and they both had been called Bird, so they finally, to distinguish them, they called the one that's little up in Minnesota, they called her Little Bird, and the other one was Big Bird. Isn't that funny? Yeah. I just was never close to him. Bill is the one I was close to.
Sure, you used to be a neighbor.
I took care of you when you lost that baby.
Huh?
I took care of you when you lost your premature baby.
Oh, you did?
When you was at Harry Roach's.
Oh.
I can't wait to be with you, Mike.
You know me? You know me?
Yes?
Dear Dad, you know.
Hey, I remember.
How about Joe Clean's wife? Where is she? And Alice now has had a stroke.
Yeah.
He's in a nursing home and hardly knows anybody. We're up here to the, Tony and I are up here to the Coleridge, what do you call it? That woman we just visited is Lena Peterson Cook, and she is 96 years old and still pretty sharp. But she remembered me right away. And her family were in the same community as my parents, and so I went to school with some of her sisters. But the thing I wanted to tell you about is when she was having her second baby, she couldn't have any, she didn't know who to get to take care of her. So I was still in probably a freshman or somewhere along there, and I went to take care of her. And it all worked out fine until one night, of course, she was still in bed. Those days, they stayed in bed 10 days after having a baby. And I went upstairs, and my bedroom was just right over hers. And the only heat I had was a register that in the ceiling. And I happened to look down there one night, and here her husband was on the bed with his hand going up under her ankles. I never forgot that. I can't say what was going on. Here she just had one baby, and he had his hand up under her dress. How did you like the wool dress? It only cost $2.98. Gee, Pearl, I wished I had $50. I would buy you a new outfit. Oh, I saw a nice dress for $6.95 and another one for $10.95 that was a knockout. It sure was a doozy. Shall I get one of them? I think I can borrow the money. Let me know. That one for $10.95 was just wonderful. It is red too. Honest, honey, if I had $50, I would spend it all on you. All the guys sure liked Don, and they all had lots of fun. They got a big kick out of Dirk's laugh. Be sure and tell Mother that I am okay, and if you do not like that wool dress, fire it back. Well, honey bunch, here is 2 o'clock in the morning. The rest of the bunch are playing poker. They are trying to kid me, but if they love their wife like I love you, they surely would be writing letters also. Well, Pearl, I am going to try and get some sleep, but it is no use, I know. If I only had you beside me, we'll be glad when I get home. Right, from your good-for-nothing husband, Skiv. I think Don looks much better than the last time I saw him. So boy, he's a riding high on the hog tonight.